Now in Britain we seem to be obsessed about the weather. Whenever it's warm we complain that it's too hot. Whenever it's hot we complain that we're boiling. And when it's freezing, like it is today, we moan about the rain, snow, sleet and whatever the clouds are throwing at us. And even the wind like here in Snowdon. When I was younger, I remember we had these sort of freak hailstorms with hailstones the size of a golf ball smashing down. I've never seen it since, but the greenhouse in the back garden became rather useless. But where I'm stood now, at the foot of Mount Snowdon, is probably the wettest place in the UK. Fortunately today, it's not raining, else that would have caused absolute havoc filming this. But statistically, the area around here is the wettest in Britain. Now, when we say the wettest place in the UK, we mean the place that accumulates the most rainfall on average. This is usually measured over a 30-year period, so you tend to get a good estimate for these things. Snowdonia, where I am today, or Erie National Park as it's known in Welsh and now formally known, is incredibly mountainous. Just have a look in the back of me, you can see loads of mountains. In total, there are 15 mountains in Wales, and all of them are in this national park. The highest peak, Snowdon, or Wyddfa, where I am now, can be rather treacherous. There's lots of different paths up, but I've been there in a storm in 90-mile-an-hour winds, and it's certainly not a fun walk. In fact, there were over 200 mountain rescue call-outs every year there, and it's said to have been one of the most dangerous places in the UK. In fact, it's estimated that this national park averages 8 deaths a year, which is harrowing and tragic. But specifically, this area around Snowdon and the villages are wetter because they're higher up, and they attract the more extreme weather. The weather here can change throughout the day, and within a matter of minutes you can be in sunshine and then suddenly in the freezing rain or even snow. Now there are a couple of places within a matter of miles from here that claim to be the wettest place in the UK. Crib Goch is a ridge close to here, and it's 923 metres above sea level, and on average there are 4,473 millimetres of rainfall there every year, or 176.1 inches. In fact, the rainfall there is about 7/10 as tall as a giraffe, or if you had two Andre the Giants stood on top of each other, the total rainfall at Crib Goch per year would still be taller. Spread over a year, you'd probably say that doesn't sound like much, but compare that with London, and that's 8 times more rainfall than the English capital, and every tourist who ever comes to London always moans about the rain. There is also Capel Curig, which I've just driven through over there, a small village where only 200 people live nearby, right in the middle of Snowdonia. That village sits on a river, this river, and it claims to be one of the wettest places in Wales and Britain. In December alone in Capel Curig, over half of London's rainfall per year hit in just 31 days. It rains there on average 206 days a year, well over half the year. The slopes of Snowdon, over there on the mountain, allegedly have over 5,000 millimetres of rain per year. Now mountains obviously attract rain, and being so high up above sea level, it's obvious it's going to rain and be cold. Rivers begin in the mountains at their source, and with the mountain range here being on the western side of Britain, the more dominant weather hits this region. But it is an absolutely beautiful place, and a place where you can come face to face with the power and also beauty of nature. Climbing Mount Snowdon isn't for everyone. I found a hilarious TripAdvisor review of the mountain. Yes, people even review mountains and give it an honest review. It was a 1-star rating, and it said, and I quote, "OMG, it was wet and windy, rain, wind, and the halfway calf that had no loos and doesn't let dogs in, 1 star. Classic." How do you review a mountain? So Snowdon and the region around the mountain is the wettest place in Britain, but yeah, I seem to be quite lucky today. Just look at it. How beautiful is that?